I go over to Harvey's and I walk in there. And of course, as with every single restaurant, every single Tim Hortons, pretty much anything within the service sector, anything within the food industry in this country, now you just have a bunch of immigrants that are working, the cash, making your burgers, etc. And it's terrible. It's extremely annoying. You can't even place an order. They get your order wrong. And that's what happened to me. I go into Harvey's and I get a double cheeseburger. And when I'm ordering, I have to keep going, what? What are you saying? And this Indian lady at the cash is just like, goobity 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 gop, goobity gop gop, boobity bop. And I'm just like, what? Are you speaking English? Like, hello? And of course, she has her mask on, so that doesn't help. I can barely hear normal English people speaking when they have their masks on. So I had to say what like 10 times. Finally, I get the order. And she places it, the burger comes out. I'm choosing all my toppings because at Harvey's, you get to choose your toppings like right in front of you. So I'm going, I want some lettuce. I want some of, that sauce. And then I ask for tomatoes. And usually, you just ask for tomatoes and they'll give you, 2 or 3 tomatoes. The standard. It's the standard, right? And she says something to me, and I literally cannot understand it. And I have no idea what the fuck she's asking me. She's like pointing at the tomatoes, and I'm like, yeah, I want tomatoes. That's what I said. I want tomatoes. And then she points again, and she goes, goody goo. And I'm just like, I take a second and I pause. I'm like, yeah, tomato. And then she does it again. I'm like, okay, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I just want tomatoes. And then she pulls down her mask and then she's like, two? Two? And it's like, really? We had to go through all of that for you to ask me if I want the exact amount of tomatoes, 2 tomatoes. I'm like, yes, 2, that's fine. So she makes my burger and I sit down and there was another customer behind me. And this guy sat down like across at the other booth. And I could hear him. I overheard him complaining to his buddy that he was with about his order as well. And she literally put on the wrong toppings right in front of him, right in front of him. It's like, can we just like make a burger? Is it that hard? You can't even just go and get a burger. You can't go to Tim Hortons and get, your normal coffee order anymore. Everything's scuffed. And it's because of the quality of people that are inhabiting this country before. If you go back 10 years, obviously there's going to be mistakes made within the food industry. Obviously, occasionally you will get mistakes made, but it's every single time. You can't order a burger, you can't go anywhere. Even at banks now, even at banks with your own money. If you go into a bank and you want to do something at the bank, whether it's get out money, open an account, whatever it is, sometimes you can't understand the people, you know? And it's very instructive for the absolute state of this country. Nobody understands each other. Everybody's just like going through life in their little own racial enclave. Well, our country goes down burning in flames. We have like trillions of dollars in debt. We have Pierre Poilievre, promoting all these conservatives that want to ban the unvaxxed from grocery stores. It's like, give me a break. Even the simplest things in this country are ruined now. The simplest things are ruined in this country. So that's my little story. That's my little story about Harvey's. It's some bullshit. It's some absolute bullshit. It's like it's everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, even if you go into like a retail store, even if you go into a retail store and you want to buy some clothes, it's not necessarily that you can't understand the people there because usually the people that work in retail, clothing stores, they're like white liberals. But still, you're gonna go in there and the service is just terrible. You get some of these like 19, 20-year-old e-girls. They're just gonna like sit on their phones all day. It's just annoying. This country is done for. Can't even get a fucking burger. Can't even go to Arby's.